Well, hello everyone. Thank you for coming back for another webinar. This one should be a fairly quick one. It's just a end of the year update for you guys. First of all, let me just start with congratulations. You guys have been selected to be the part of the delegation to Brazil, the stage 2 of Scale Up in Brazil, and the immersion as well. So congratulations. It wasn't easy at all to do the selections. The companies were very well prepared, and the solutions are very, very innovative. Like, we've been receiving great feedback from our judges and all the people that been seeing your profiles. So congratulations, guys. It's an amazing, and I'm really, really happy to have all of you with us in the Scale Up program. All right. Now, here first, just to give a quick look of all the variety of companies that we have. It's very different solutions, very different areas of verticals: agri-tech, cybersecurity, health tech, climate tech. So it's going to be an interesting batch, and I think it will be also very interesting to you guys to know each other as well. I think there's a lot of complementary solutions here. So I think that's going to be very interesting. All right. Now, just a quick reminder, until now we were going to stage 1, and where we saw all those webinars, we saw a couple of specialists. But now in stage 2, it's where the heavy lifting starts, because now you're going to start a intense, in-depth preparation for the immersion period. We want for the moments that you guys are here in Brazil are to be used almost exclusively and finding clients and finding partners and finding distributors. So when you are in Brazil, we're not going to waste any time with workshops and lectures and anything like that. But that means that we're going to have to do all that now online. So I ask you guys to bear with me, because it's going to be a couple of intense months, okay? Because not only we're going to have the webinars a bit less frequently than we did in stage 1, but we're still going to have the webinars, but we're also going to have the services starting. That's going to be the business strategy that you should all be talking to already. The business developer that should come on in January. The pitch training that's going to come in January as well. And the mentorships that I'm going to explain a little bit more for you guys. But it's going to be intense, and we want to prepare you guys as best as possible for the immersion period goes as flawless as possible, okay? So we know it's going to be a lot to ask for you guys. And if you think it's too much, it's overwhelming, you let me know. We can talk, we can try to arrange something, but I'm warning you, okay? So these are the main things that we're going to go through as preparations. So let's first start with a quick overlook of what is going to be these in-depth webinars. You guys been to the introduction ones, an overlook of the Brazilian economy, overlook of the taxes and legal framework. Now it's going to go a bit more in depth. First, we're going to have a quick break now. From this is going to be the last session of the year, and we only come back on the 21st of January, okay? During this period, Brazil, I don't know if you guys know, but like, we take very serious at the end of the year here. It's very the whole of Brazil is going to go and rest a little bit. But our consultants, the Valor em Foco consultants that are in touch with you, they will still be working, and they will still be preparing that first deliverable that is for everyone from stage one, the market research. So if you haven't replied to Valor and Foco and you haven't scheduled a meeting yet, please do as soon as possible before Christmas, if possible, okay? Because they will be working all through the holiday to prepare this market research paper for you guys and for the guys in the rest of stage one as well. But once we come back in January 21st, we're going to go straight on the other services. First, we're going to have an introduction on the pitch training. These guys, I think I mentioned about them before. They are award-winning pitch training consultancy. Their trainees already won the Web Summit Rio prizes, GITEX North Star prize, biggest prize as well, and a bunch of others. They are really, really good. I can't recommend enough. And I remember like you guys had a lot of trouble in the pitch sessions explaining in 5 minutes. This guy is gonna sort you out. You're gonna be able to explain in 60 seconds, 3 minutes, or 5 minutes. Those are the 3 different pitches times that you're gonna have to do, because here in Brazil, you never know. You're gonna have to be ready to present your solution at any moment, at any time. Okay, so this is where we're gonna start. And also the business strategy services, not the market research that he's already developing, but the bigger one, the in-depth analysis about how to expand to Brazil that I'm going to go over a little bit further. On Tuesday, on February, you can see that we're not going to go on every single week. We're going to skip a couple because we know the service is going to take a lot of time. So on Tuesday, 4th of February, we're going to introduce you guys to the guys on Cubo. Cubo, if for those who don't know, is the biggest accelerator in Brazil. They are the most famous. They want to start it, and they're amazing. And that's where you're going to stay during your stay in São Paulo. You're going to be incubated in Cubo. They left some office space for us. We're going to have the meetings there. We're going to spend most of our time during the first week of immersion in Cubo. Okay, so they're going to go a little overview about their services and about their programs for you guys. A lot of companies from previous batches are hosted on Cubo. Okay, and more than that, we're going to also have a quick presentation from Fast Design. Fast Design is a company, it's a Brazilian company actually, that was experts on finding leads. Whenever they go to these soft learning programs or internationalization program, they created a methodology to finding leads through the internet, especially through LinkedIn, and they became experts on that. So I found that was a very important class insights to share with you guys. Because, okay, we're going to have the business developer finding matches for you, but it's your service, it's your solution. So this is a way to empower you to go after your own leads. Okay, so it's a very, very good lecture, I think. They are very impressive. On February 18, we're going to go to the Finding the Right Local Team, about recruiting in Brazil, finding a business, a country manager or something like that, finding someone specific that you need in Brazil. We're going to have a HR specialist in Brazil and also a case study from one company that had been through all these hiring processes, and is going to tell you a little bit about the pitfalls and what to avoid and what to go for, okay? That's the main thing, the first thing you're going to try to find once you're expanding to Brazil. Then in March, we're going to go to a quick breakdown about the payment options in Brazil. It's something in Brazil, we have a very developed payment systems here and banking systems. And usually that's something that the companies from abroad are not usually prepared for. This goes like basic stuff from installments and all that, and we're gonna go a quick overview about that and give you the main ideas of how to go through in Brazil. After that, a deeper dive on Brazilian taxation system, everyone's favorite. Everyone loves a taxation webinar. It's probably the most dense one, but we know that's very necessary. The Brazilian taxation system is complex. It's being simplified with recent reforms, but it's still quite daunting. So we found that it is interesting to have another webinar on that and going a bit deeper. Besides that, on April 8th, a webinar on IP and data protections. And then on April 18, we're going to have the pre-immersion instructions, because on May 5th, you guys should all be coming to Brazil. Okay, so the webinars are basically it. You can see that it's not that many. We might have to squeeze another one in between, because when we finish hiring the business developer, so I would love to them to introduce themselves to you guys. So we maybe squeeze another one, but that basically it. We don't plan to change the schedule that much, okay? But if we do, we're gonna let you guys know. Now, the business strategy. I mentioned that the first lecture in the first webinar in January is gonna be with the business strategy. That's because we're gonna go now in depth. They're gonna provide you guys with a detailed roadmap for market entry and growth in Brazil. They're gonna, it's gonna be, these first reports that you're doing right now, it's a 5-page market report giving you an overview. It's something, an incentive that we give to everyone that goes on stage 1. This, the detailed roadmap, this is the meaty bit. This is the interesting bit. It's going to be a 60-page report in detail, custom made for you, with SWOT analysis, financial plans about the projections for 3 years, and how many resources you're going to need, finding the strategic, the best location for you to settle down in Brazil, finding a market and competitor analysis, what you need to change in your business model, in your product. It's going to be really, really, really in depth. And our idea is that before you arrive in Brazil on 5th of May, you already have a sample of this report, because this takes ages, since they are doing for 18 different companies, so it takes a long time. But we want from them for them to have something ready for you in April. Okay, so that's why we're starting so soon in January. They're gonna use the information they already collected from you for the market analysis, but obviously they're gonna need a lot more details. And very important here, especially with the financial plan, we know that's very tricky. We know that's very sensible. So if you have a NDA or something that ready, or something like that, please get that ready to share with them, because they can adapt and everything. The NDA needs to include Apex Brazil as well, because we are exchanging the documents. They send the document to us and we send them to you, but we can sort that out later. But just to let you know, this is going to be a very detailed market, a very detailed report. So they're gonna have to have different meetings with you through the year, through the couple months. Okay, so that's why I say it's gonna be a heavy couple months. I'll leave the questions to the end, okay, and we come back if there's any problem. Now, the second is the business developer. This is the guys responsible to find you clients in Brazil. We're hiring a team just for that. They're going to find you clients, partners, and distributors. They also going to have to do interview with you guys. They are supposed to collaborate very closely with the business strategy team. So if you already shared some information with the business strategy guys, the business developer will also get that information. But we know they have different objectives, so they will have to interview you as well. Okay, and how does that gonna work? They're gonna give you a first 1 or 2 interview to understand your solution, to understand your product, to understand what you're looking for in Brazil. Then they're gonna go into the markets. They're gonna first find you develop a profile of your company and what you're looking, then go into the market and find you leads, find you a long list with a bunch of different companies that they curated for you. After that, they share that list with you guys, and given your feedback, oh, this company, this seems interesting, I would love to talk with them. This one, not so interesting, it's not really what I'm looking for. After that, you validate the list, and the business developer is going to start arranging and scheduling at least 20 meetings with key prospects during the immersion. Okay, so at least 20. This is just for the business developer. Besides that, in every single event, every single city that we visit in Brazil, we're going to have another business meetings to add on top of that. Okay. More than that, the pitch training that I mentioned, you guys gonna have 4 1-hour sessions online with these guys. As I mentioned, these guys are the best of the best. I really recommend you not waste the opportunity. I've seen him completely invert the pitch of the persons, especially the guys that have really technical pitches that I remember some of you have. Go with him. He can make your solution seem super easy, even with all the technical stuff. So I highly recommend you guys to take these sessions. And yeah, it's going to be 4 1-hour sessions. Okay. What else? Oh yeah, and finally the mentorship. Besides the business developer, besides all the webinars that we get with specialists, we find that some of you guys need very niche information that maybe wouldn't be worth giving a whole webinar on some of the topics. So how we sort that out? On January 21st, I'm going to share with you guys a quick form asking for areas of interest that you think like you would need help in Brazil. Some of the topics we got in the past are like this: banking system and capital, how to fundraise in Brazil, more specific stuff on human resources, stuff about import and export, taxes and stuff like that, labor law, so stuff like that. I'm gonna send you the form. You're gonna fill it in, seeing your priorities or what you need, any help and mentorship. And we're gonna find specialists among our partners. ScaleUp in Brazil have a lot of partners, as you saw in the judges and that evaluated you in the pitch sessions. And we're gonna go after them to find someone that can give you like a 1-hour mentorship, explaining a little bit more in depth about this topic that you're having trouble. Okay. And yeah, we're gonna try to get you at least 1, hopefully 2 mentors for each company, but it really depends on the topics that you need for, because some topics are easier than others to find mentors. Okay, but yeah, that's basically it, guys. Now, any questions? That was basically what I wanted to give you, is just a quick catch up about what are the next steps, what's waiting for you when in the end of the holidays, and to also congratulate you guys for this great achievement. You have no idea how excited we are to have you all here in May. So any questions? Does anything was not clear? Any of the services you need a bit more clarification?
Felipe, if you can please let us know about the company's cost so we can approve everything in our boards.
The cost for your companies?
Yes, correct.
Shai, all these services are going to be free. Apex Brazil and ABV Cap, we are paying for the services. This is going to be at no cost at all for you guys. Exactly like the market research that Valore Foco is doing already. That's completely free of charge for you guys. What are going to be your costs? Just travel to Brazil and hotels, accommodation. That's the only thing we are asking from you guys. Everything else is going to be covered for. None of the services that we offer are going to be charged. None of the events that we take you are going to be charged. It's completely free. We are a government agency, so we don't charge for our programs. We only expect the commitment from you guys and to be able to pay for your flight and accommodations. Okay?
Thank you.
No worries. Did ScaleUp make a public announcement on phase 2, or can you guys we announced it on websites. There is a press release about to come out. I'm waiting for the communications team, but you can make your own announcement. It is in the website already. I don't know if you guys saw, but for some reason the communication and the press release got a little bit delayed, but it's supposed to come out this week. Okay.
Felipe, I have another question. It's Eric.
Go ahead, Eric.
Regarding the stay in Brazil, it's quite a lengthy period that we have to stay there. Do you have already the program for the stay in Brazil? Because we have to plan these 3 weeks of who to arrive and when to arrive and what is important. So can you please provide us whatever you have, some information, what is actually planned for those 3 weeks, so we know how to plan our visits?
Perfect, Eric. That's a very, very good question. Thank you for that. We still are developing the agenda because we are waiting for the finalists to be announced, because now we know what kind of sectors that are present, so we're going to know which ecosystems to go. But one thing is definite and final. You're going to start in São Paulo on the 5th, and you're going to finish in São Paulo on the 23rd. Okay, so you can already book your trip to São Paulo. That's the main airport in Brazil. That's the main economic capital of the country. So you can already schedule that. I can, if you have any trouble, you can send me a message and I can help you, and also like recommend hotels and whatnot. But the first week of the immersion from the 5th, let me just open a calendar here just so I can. From the 5th on Monday until the 9th on Friday, we're going to be in São Paulo of May. Okay, the first whole week is going to be in São Paulo. And then in the end of the immersion on the 23rd, I think 21st, 22nd, and 23rd, we're going to be back in São Paulo again. So that's because we know that that's where most flights come from and go from abroad. We're going to try to have a more detailed agenda with the inland, in-country flights by the end of January, okay? Or beginning of February, being frank. So as soon as possible, we are just finalizing some details. We need some approval from our board as well, from our directors. So as soon as we have that, we're going to share with you guys. But you can already book your flights to São Paulo.
A quick question on the inland flights within Brazil. Is that on us or on you guys?
That's on you guys as well. We're not gonna make too many flights, and you're gonna see that the flights in Brazil are not that expensive, but it's on you guys. Unfortunately, we can't cover that.
And what are those trips for? And where are we going?
We are planning on 2, on possibly 3 other cities besides São Paulo. São Paulo is the biggest economic hub for sure, but there's a lot of other hubs that are very interesting to visit. For example, biotech, Belo Horizonte is one of the main places on biotech. So we would be wasteful to come all the way to Brazil and not go to Belo Horizonte. Or mining as well. Mining, it's very big in Belo Horizonte, so we would, if there was a big number of mining tech companies, we would go to Belo Horizonte. Another one, agritech. If we have a couple of agritechs, would be worth going to Paraná in Curitiba, because they have a big agritech sector there, a lot of investments in agritech there. So that's the idea. Like, we're going to take you to specialist hubs that we have inside of Brazil. Brazil is a lot more than just São Paulo.
So those field trips, are they optional or are they mandatory? Because some of them are not relevant for what we're doing.
Nothing is mandatory, but it's highly encouraged because
Okay.
we have that in mind that, for example, if you go to Curitiba, it's going to be mostly for agri-tech. So let's make sure that we find some other clients and other possibilities for the meetings for the other companies. We're not going to take you somewhere just for one company to be satisfied, we try to make something that makes sense. That's why it's taking time to get the final agenda, because we need to see. I was just in Curitiba 2 weeks ago, visiting and checking, like, look, do we have enough of an ecosystem to bring the whole delegation, or should we do a spin-off trip? Because sometimes we do that. We do like, look, this is a very important hub for agri-tech, but we don't have enough agri-techs in our delegation. So we just send the two of them alone, not alone, of course, but like with some of our delegation, and the rest of the crew stays in another city. So we try to make sure that every single ecosystem that we decide to go as a group has something for everybody.
And when is the demo day, by the way?
There will be a bunch of demo days, to be true, exactly because we are visiting so many ecosystems. So we're going to try to do at least a little demo day in each ecosystem. It's not going to be a final big one, I think, but it's going to be different ones with different publics, different audiences.
Interesting. So are we mandatory? Yeah, thank you very much. And mandatory, we stay until 23rd, or if we have to leave a little earlier?
Look, I would say come and talk to us. If you have very strong feelings that oh no, we need to go back before, or we can't stay for 3 weeks, come and talk to us one-on-one, and we can try to understand what's happening and how can we make it worth it. But being completely honest, yeah, if it's like, oh my God, it's completely impossible for me to stay for 3 weeks, fair enough, that happens. But I highly encourage you guys to stay. None of the guys who stayed for the whole time, last batches, they complain. They think it's worth it. Okay,
So
and please go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, do you have like an agenda for every day for 3 weeks there, or?
It's gonna be exactly we're giving all the workshops and all the lectures and all the services now, because during the agenda here, it's going to be every single day something planned, something with business meetings, something that's supposed to lead to clients, to distributors, to something, or investors, or whatever you're looking for. Okay, it's going to be a very, very intense agenda. To be fair, no, not all days. We're gonna leave a couple of the weekends for you guys to rest, because 3 weeks full on, it's a bit tricky. So we're gonna leave the weekends for you to rest a bit and the travel between cities. Okay, but it's gonna be very intense.
If we want a special request for special topics, for example, like import export, custom duty, do you have those experts in?
Yes, we do. That's let me just go back here. That's this part of the program, and we're gonna try to get you in touch with them before the mission, because then if you want to go deeper on any of these topics during your immersion here, you already have the lay of the land, you have an idea of what's happening. So we're going to start that in January, and share the form, so you can give us your topics of interest.
I think my final question. Sorry, I didn't.
Please go ahead.
I don't want to monopolize the time here. Are there any? What are the subsidies available for I guess for startups from Japan? Are there? I heard you said there were some for Israel, but what about for Japan?
I'm gonna have. Let me see if Nakayama-san is here. You're gonna have to check with Jetro and your institution. Unfortunately, like, since I'm representing the Brazilian side, we don't offer any subsidies. Some specific cities are gonna offer you subsidies for installing there. But for specific for Japanese companies, I don't know. I can give you. I'm gonna give a look with our partner company, our partners agencies, to see if we have any. I know that back in the day, Japan used to have, but honestly, I don't think they have it anymore. If Nakayama-san is in the call when you want to share, please let me know.
That's okay. I can take it offline with them.
Okay.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jim.
Yeah.
Any other questions, guys?
I have I have one question regarding the 5th to the 23rd of May. So the Monday, the 5th,
Yeah,
there's going to be already meetings on that Monday. It's just because I'm trying to figure out flights. That means we have
perfect.
to fly on the 4th, not on the 5th. Or
Yeah, we
arrive there
plan
on the 4th.
arrive on the 4th. That's exactly right. We plan
Okay.
to have a welcome breakfast on the 5th morning to
Okay.
start the delegation, to start the mission. Okay, so that's the idea. Arrive on the 4th, or possibly the 3rd, depending on your
Yeah.
your time zone, to get a little bit better on the jet lag.
Okay.
Okay.
And then on the flip side, on the 23rd, we can leave like in the evening, or it has to be 24th morning.
We understand that most of you guys are probably eager to go home after 3 weeks. So
Yeah.
we usually end the main agenda on the morning of the 23rd, so everyone can go start going after home on the evening of 23rd. But there will be, like, say, easy networking happening. Okay, so if you want to book on the 24th, it's also okay.
And for 3 weeks in Brazil, in Sao Paulo, what kind of like budget should we allocate for 3 weeks on the accommodation?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Just roughly, you know, would it
Jim,
be like
on the top of my head, I have no idea, but that's a good question. I'm gonna give a look and get back to you on that, because I think that's a very good information to have. I'm gonna give you like a couple of tiers of hotels and stuff like that, and an estimate of the flights. I think that's a really good idea. I'll get back to you beginning of January with that info. Okay.
Yeah, thank you. And also
Also,
like just how much cash we should bring for 3 weeks, you know, or we can all use credit cards.
Oh, pretty much all credit cards here. Like, we're very developed. I don't carry cash for the past five years, I think. Credit cards should
Oh,
be
wow.
fine. Yeah.
Oh,
Felipe, another thing, Sao Paulo is pretty big.
Yeah.
There's a lot of hotels, there's a lot of options. In terms of, I mean, there's obviously a possibility for you guys to probably arrange a group rate in one of the hotels, but at least an area of where we should be close to, because as in most Latin American countries, travel between the locations is a long time there, specifically in Sao Paulo. And
Yeah.
we don't all have helicopters, it's going to take time.
Have you been to São Paulo?
Many times. And
Oh, yeah.
anyone on the plane to get from Sao Paulo to Guarulhos, when you have a night flight, it's about 4 hours. Just prepare yourself on a
It got
35-minute trip.
slightly better. It's only 3 hours now.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, guys, that's another very good shout. Thank you, Joe. I think together with the estimate of the prices of the hotel that Jim asked, I'm also gonna give you a couple of locations, probably close to Cubo. So Cubo is in Vila Olímpia. I'm gonna send the address of Cubo for you guys, because since most of the time in São Paulo is gonna be there, I think it's best if you are like close to them. And again, reminding, don't book for the 3 weeks in São Paulo, huh? Just the first week, because on the second week and the third week, we're gonna be traveling around. Okay. But those two are very good shouts, Jim and Joe. I'm gonna get on that and try to share with you as soon as possible.
And then you said there's no program usually on the weekend. So if somebody chooses to go back home on the weekend and come back the following week, that's an option for them as well. It's
Yeah, I
crazy, but I know
guess.
it's an option.
I don't think anyone have ever done that, but yeah, I guess, sure.
Okay.
Any
Are
other question, guys? Jim, go
Are
ahead.
there any buses or trains in Sao Paulo? Because when I was in Rio, I had to take Uber all the time. What about Sao Paulo? Is it the same?
Yeah, it's gonna be
Ubers.
Ubers mostly. That we have a pretty good metro system, but I don't know. It's better to take Ubers. The real is super undervalued right now, so you guys, it's
Yeah,
gonna be
they're not
super cheap.
expensive.
No, they're super cheap. And when we have official visits and site visits and something and stuff like that, we're gonna take you in a van or a bus. Okay, you only have to use Uber on your own time, or if you're going to a specific meeting that the rest of the group is not going. Okay, and they're really not that expensive. It should be fine.
Thank you.
Any other question, guys? This is the time.
Yeah.
I'm here for you to ask whatever questions you have.
Just out loud thinking. So for 21 days at least, so we need to cover hotels and international flights and domestic
And domestic flights.
So just roughly about $10,000 US. I don't know, $12,000 US. I never been in Brazil, so I'm really not familiar with the prices.
No, I honestly, on top of my head, I'm not comfortable giving you an estimate. I'm gonna, as soon as we finish here, I'm gonna do a quick baker's maths to try to figure out an average, and I'll share with you. But like right now, on the top of my head, I have no idea how much that would be.
I'd say you have about $150 probably a day on the hotels. That's the good hotels, probably an average. Food is cheap.
Food is very cheap,
Yeah,
and since
Ubers are cheap, and you guys are probably supplying food, right?
not I was about to say not
Well,
always,
while
but there
program.
will be a lot of events where there will be food. So it's not going to be every single day that you have to pay for food, but it's not good to count on that. You know, it's better to have an estimate.
I'd say the hotels are around 150. I'm looking now next to Via Olympia. They're actually much lower, but if you want to maximize.
Yeah, it's really not that expensive, and you have plenty of options around Villa Olympia and the region. Yeah, and as if you guys want to have an idea of the other ecosystems, this is not confirmed, so please don't book anything, don't buy anything yet because it's not confirmed. But the ones that we are thinking of and are in the final stages is Curitiba and Florianópolis, and maybe Belo Horizonte. Okay, but those are not final. Please don't book flights, don't book hotels there yet.
So only thing we have to book right now is flights to Sao Paulo and then the first week of hotel in Sao Paulo.
Exactly. I think that will be the best to give a look. But check on those apps where you see the variation of price, because we are just on Christmas time here. So usually there's a spike on prices of flights and hotels. So maybe wait a couple till the beginning of January to book. Okay, check. You know those websites that check how the variation of the price goes on flights and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Maybe check on that.
So first week.
Yeah, I was gonna just say maybe as a group, once we decide, we can get some options from choose 2 or 3 different hotels.
And try to make a
deal.
Try to make
a deal. So Marriott, Hilton, choose 2, 3 of those, and then try and get a deal. and that'll help everyone.
That's a great idea, Joe. Joe, if you're gonna try to do that, and if you need some help or support, please let me know, okay? And I'll try to help you guys.
Yeah, I mean, I have my specific hotel that I love in Sao Paulo. It's the Renaissance, right? It's not really, yeah, but it's the best hotel.
Yeah, we just did our event there in the end of October.
Yeah, so that's a really good hotel.
But it's a bit far. It's a bit far from
I know. I
Cuba.
was gonna say it's not next to Via Olympia. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
But it's a safe location. It's a very good area.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'll check. I have people that I knew there, so maybe I'll...
And guys, if any of you have like individual questions that you don't want to share with the group, or if like, oh, I don't know if this hotel is good, is this in a safe area or whatever, please reach out. I'm more than happy to help you guys individually to find the best hotel or the flights as well. If you have any questions about the flights, please let me know. Okay, I'm here to help and support you guys in this. All right. Or Julia, that's an important point as well. As the rest of Brazil, we are going on holidays from the end of this week, and I will have my holidays on top of that. So I will only come back on the 13th of January. But Julia from BV Cap, that you guys know, she'll be back a bit earlier on the first week of January. So if you guys have any trouble, you can try to reach, if you can't reach me, you can reach her, okay? But on the 13th of January, we'll be all back and working, okay? Well,
I'm sorry, I have one question. I don't know if you already covered.
Nope, let's go ahead.
Are you gonna set up any kind of communication tool between a cohort or?
We have the WhatsApp group. Are you not part of it?
I'm not, but I mean, our CEO might be already in that. I just wanted to double confirm, but
no,
it's okay. If you already have it, then don't worry.
No, but I'll share the link. 1 second. I'll share the link because I know there's people that are not. Let me see if it just... Oh, okay. I'll find the link. 1 second. But yeah, I don't know how is it in your countries, but here in Brazil, WhatsApp is obligatory. Like you have to have it. It's the main mode of communication among people here and among businesses as well. So if you still don't have the app, which for me is crazy to think that someone doesn't have WhatsApp nowadays, please download it and please learn how to use it because it's gonna be your main mode of communication in Brazil. A lot of people, even if you're going to a business meeting or something and it's like, oh, just a couple minutes before, oh, are you here already? Do you know how to get up the elevator and all that? They're gonna contact you through WhatsApp, okay? Let me just get the
I mean,
link.
I already have WhatsApp, but yeah, thank you.
Just the link for the group, yeah.
Yeah,
1 second. I'm looking through the presentations here to find the link. I'll in 1 second I'll get it. Any other questions, guys?
After the meeting is fine, and then
yeah. Any other questions, guys?
Felipe, is there a chance that there's companies that really, I know you said you're going to try and get relevant meetings for the companies in all the cities. But I'm specifically, we're financial services. It's more about Sao Paulo. Some are Brasilia.
Yeah.
I don't see on the other. I'm looking at the other big companies, that are around. Is there a chance that they could be?
Look,
just going to Sao Paulo?
just thinking of the two ones that we are most sure that we are going, Curitiba and Floripa, both of them have huge financial systems as well. Obviously not as big as São Paulo, but eBanks, one of the biggest unicorns in Brazil, it's from Curitiba. Floripa also has a couple. I think obviously for you, it is the most interesting place. São Paulo, for sure, no argument there. But I think there's still places you can find. And the best part, places that are often overlooked. Okay, so Curitiba, I went there to visit. They are like opening the red carpet to you. They introduce you to the governor if you want, because they're really looking for these new technologies, these new entrants in the market. So the kind of access you're gonna have in Florianopolis and Curitiba, you're not gonna find in São Paulo. In São Paulo, you're just another fintech. You know, they're the capital of the world of fintechs, and you're another one. In Curitiba, no. So I very much recommend. And I already mentioned your solution to some of the guys in Curitiba, and they were like, whoa. So I honestly think it would be worth it. Okay, and for most of other solutions, that's the same. In São Paulo, obviously, you guys are the foreign companies coming from exciting countries, and you're gonna call attention. But still, you are in the middle of a lot of other very, very exciting startups. In these other locations, you're gonna have a lot more attention and a lot more access. Okay. I forgot who asked for the WhatsApp group, but I already posted here on chat. Shiaki, it was you, right? I posted on chat the link for the WhatsApp group. If anyone is not in it yet, please. Oh no, I sent a direct message. Oh, so dumb. Wait.
Yeah, I don't see it on the
chat.
Yeah.
That was me.
I got it. Thanks.
Okay. What are the exact days of hotel booking for the first week? Lee, we're gonna start the program on the 5th in the morning, 5th of May. Okay, so see whatever the flights you can get on the 3rd, 4th, and as long as you're there on the 5th, that's great. And then until at least the 9th, on the morning of the 9th, during the day, we're gonna have some stuff planned, but after that, the weekend is up for you. You can decide to stay in São Paulo for another couple of days and just go to the next city on Sunday night, or you can decide to, it's over on Friday in São Paulo, you already flights to the next city. Okay, so it's up to you, but like from the 5th to the 9th, we ask you to stay in São Paulo. Does that answer your question? Yeah, no worries. Perfect. Guys, really good stuff. Any other questions? This is the moment. Anything, nothing is off the table. Please use this time to sort out any of your doubts.
So I'm a little confused. So the 3 weeks is not all in São Paulo. It's only the first week in São Paulo, and the second and third week are in different cities.
Yes, exactly. But we come back to São Paulo in the end.
On what day? Do you know roughly?
20. I can't guarantee yet, but 21st, 22nd, or 23rd. I know for a fact that 22nd and 23rd you're gonna be in São Paulo. So if you want to book 22nd and 23rd, that's fine.
I see.
Okay, so because sorry.
Go ahead.
No, because all the flights, the international flights, the main airport is São Paulo. So we know that you're gonna have to arrive in Brazil through São Paulo, and you're gonna have to leave through São Paulo. So we schedule the first week in São Paulo, and then we get back in São Paulo. It's very good as well to have like some last minute meetings that maybe didn't happen, or a second meeting from the first week, and you do a catch up in São Paulo. So we keep the last couple of days in São Paulo.
So we need hotels in São Paulo on the first week, and then maybe the last couple nights.
Couple days, yes.
Okay,
exactly.
Got it.
And Jim, if you have any question about the booking, reach me out. We can talk. and I can help you with that. Okay.
Thank you.
No worries.
Need to start learning Portuguese.
Very much. That would help, guys. If you get to Brazil and you speak a couple of phrases in Portuguese, people are gonna love you. Everyone you're gonna interact is gonna be able to speak English, but if you can master a couple of Portuguese phrases, you're gonna be a star here. Brazilians love when gringos learn Portuguese. And guys, any questions about?
Question.
Please go ahead. Go ahead, Michelle.
Thank you. How many typically from historically, what have you seen? How many representatives came from each company? Just one, or you had two?
Look,
I'm just trying to figure out
most common, I think, would be two usually, because it's a heavy agenda. So if someone's feeling under the weather one day, the other one can tap in and take the meetings and stuff like that. You can share like, you go to one meeting and while I'll go to the other, stuff like that. So usually I think if possible, we know that some companies are working with a very strict budget, but if possible, two representatives would be best. But it is quite common just one, as well as bigger teams. Okay.
Okay, that answered. I thought more of a technical. I mean, I'm in a very technical industry, so more like a technical expert and a business development person.
Or that as well. Yeah, that's a good team as well.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Any questions about the services, guys? The business strategy? Is everyone here already talking with Valor em Foco, our consultants? They should be reach out to every one of you. Any of you are not talking with them, please let me know. Okay, so hopefully you all talking to them, because that's very important. And the more the information they get now, the easier it is their work. No, Bruno not talking.
No, sorry. Actually, Bruno, when you were away, we had a meeting with them, so we're good.
Okay. Sorry, I only see your names. Which company?
This is from Curative.
Curative. Okay. Perfect.
So I actually had a couple of questions, Felipe.
Please go ahead.
And on the business development side, you mentioned that you help with setting up at least 20 commercial meetings. So when typically would these start happening?
These are during the immersion. That's in Brazil. For Brazilians, it's very, very important to have face-to-face meetings. So a couple of years we tried to start with online meetings first and then going to face-to-face meetings, but we didn't think was that successful. So we're gonna work to finding all the meetings beforehand and then to schedule them to once you come to Brazil. Okay, in very, very special circumstances, we give the go ahead to start with online meetings, but it has to be very special circumstances. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, that's helpful. Thanks. So do we also play a part in the selection of these meetings? Because I mean, for us, even within labs and hospitals, we have we have specific requirements. So our solutions are actually applicable in the labs or hospitals. So how do we participate in this selection process?
Absolutely. No, it's going to be everything tailor-made for you guys. He's not going to come up with a list and say, hey, go talk with these guys. No, they're going to first of all interview you, because they have to understand your solution, and that's the moment they're going to have one or two meetings to understand your solution. And that's the moment you tell them, like, look, this is what we're looking for. It needs to have these requirements, this and this. So if the lab doesn't have this or doesn't do this, we are not interested. Then you make it very clear for them. And then they go to the market and they find a long list with all the labs possible, all the possible clients for you, and they give you this list. And with this list, you guys select, oh, look, okay, I would love to talk with these guys. I would love to talk to these guys. This one, no, this does not apply to me. And this one. Okay, so you are involved in every step of the business development. Okay.
Great. And when do we start working with that business development person?
It should start in the beginning of January. No, end of January, probably.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Okay.
That's helpful. Just another question, Felipe.
Go
and
ahead.
sorry, specific to healthcare. We wanted some advice on the regulatory process in Brazil, the Anvisa application. So
Yeah.
Would this come under the special advice in the mentorship program?
I think so. I think that's the perfect example of where this mentorship fits. It's exactly for cases like that. Like if we do a webinar on Visa, only like 2 companies here maybe will benefit. So that's why we're gonna give you a mentorship. If you want a mentorship with Visa itself, I can get you. Okay. So in January, I'll send you the form. You tell the topics that you are interested, and we're gonna find the specialist to talk to you.
Great, thank you.
No worries. Any other question, guys? We're nearly running out of time. I think that was a very productive session. Any last minute questions? No? So, okay, so I assume everyone knows everything about the program now, and there will be no difficulties then, yeah? Okay, perfect, guys. Thank you so much for coming to the webinar. Have a merry... That's going to be tricky. Good end of the year parties. I don't know. Okay, guys, and please let me know if you have any other questions, anything that was not clear. Please let me know. Reach out. Okay, guys. I'm very excited to see you guys here in Brazil, and see you in January on our first webinar on the 21st. Okay. Bye, guys. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Ciao.
Ciao, gracias. Thank you.
All right.